Hi guys and welcome, gnembon here with a short video about a concept for a multiplayer XP farm that can pretty much deliver as much XP as you want. So most farms I showed yesterday were tuned for a single player and mob caps of 70 mobs. And this is what I want to show today is like a Frankenstein XP farm that combine our drop only farm with the XP mode. In traditional drop farm we have those little cells here, but instead of dropping those mobs locally, what I decided to do is to create those little water streams that will push them into the portals. So if this farm was hanging in midair like it used to be, then we have a little bit of wandering problems with mobs that drop into these water streams. They decide to go to the neighboring cells and then they hang around a little bit, they take the mob cap. That's why I encased the entire thing with solid blocks up to the bedrock, and I only left a few layers here where the spawning layers are with non-solid blocks. The reason is this will affect spawning. But other than that, it's all solid blocks to reduce their wandering behavior when they are here in these water streams. So it is a multiplayer farm because we need at least 2 players to operate it. Actually, we need 5, but that's a separate story. But 2 is technically what we need. One will be here, AFKing and spawning guardians, and the other one will be harvesting XP on the nether side. You could do it technically with 1 player and then cycle guardians back to the overworld when their portal cooldown wears off. So it is a possibility, but you would need multiple players to consume this XP anyway. And that's because this farm with default mob caps will produce 60,000 guardians per hour, which turned into the XP gives 600,000 XP per hour, which is good enough for 3.5 players, and yields with looting 275,000 drops per hour. You can increase this 600,000 XP pretty much up to 2 million XP per hour if you have multiple players AFKing in the overworld. Increasing the mob caps, we have only here 2 spawning layers, so this farm one was tuned for 70 mobs in the mob cap and for single player AFKing at it. But we can add up to 4 layers. We have still space for 4 more spawning layers, which would give in total up to 2 million XP or 200,000 guardians per hour. Okay, so now let's go to the nether and see what's on the other side. So on the other side we have the single collection portal, which is closed on one side with this T-shaped drop shaft that directs fishes to the collection chamber at the bottom. The collection chamber is open in this case mainly for safety, because if you don't pay too much attention you can crash your game within a minute easily, especially if you would have entity cramming disabled. Here I have 2 command blocks, one that takes care of the items, because item collection should be a separate issue here in this case with 275,000 items per hour, and the other one can help me quickly get rid of the XP orbs if I'm in a pickle. So I blabbered enough, let's turn on the fishes. At first it's quite slow because the game needs to link all the portals together, but once the portals are all cached it should converge in a steady stream of guardians. Okay, it seems like now it's all works pretty much fine. Okay, so let me pop F3 screen for the rest of the video so we can observe the entity count, which should be at some point mostly XP orbs. So now we have about 200 guardians here. They drop to 1 hit point of health at the bottom and then they splat around like so. So if I stand here on this pressure plate, most of the guardians will be dying because I'm closed the chamber because of the default entity cramming, which is on 24. And the issue here is that if you hit a dying guardian like so, it doesn't count as a swipe attack. It shouldn't be a big deal if you have multiple players slaying the guardians at the same time, because there should be enough XP to saturate 3 players, so you can have a larger drop shot like 3x3 and attack them from multiple sides. So this doesn't work that well with the single player, but you can still increase the entity count. You can see we're going to 300, so it's all XP orbs. So let me increase the max entity cramming and see what happens if it's a little bit higher. Okay, so now it should be much easier to get this massive amount of XP orbs, because now they are dying as easily. As you can see, within a couple swipes, 400, 500, 600. Okay, I don't want to crash my game. Whew. Turning Monk's entity cramming off is a risky business because you can crash your game within a minute and it will be super hard to recover because of all the entities that are here. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to show this concept for a multiplayer XP farm capable of delivering as much garden quality XP as you really want. So like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And have a good day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.